Yo. Oh, everything looking nice and bright here. Look at the Logitech webcam, Edward. Don't be bloody looking at the computer screen. Okay. One person here. Hello, whoever you are, you mysterious person. Okay. Thank you. Nice to have you here on a Monday evening. 3 people here. Yes. Okay. I'm drinking Pale and Backer. The 4 cans for $2.99 from Lidl's. Derek Mack, good evening, Eddie. Good evening to you, mate. William Singleton, hi, William. Okay. Thomas Stewart, great to see you as well, mate. Great to see you. Marky Mark, travel vlogger, I steady. Hello, mate. How are you? Eugene Vincent, hello to you. They're all coming in now. It's 10 o'clock. It's Monday, the 5th of July. It is the peak of British summertime. And you know what? Diabolical. The weather is terrible here. In Britain, right, let's understand one thing. In the UK, there is only one rule with regard to the weather. You get what you're given. In Britain, you can get as much rain in the summer as you do in the winter, and you just never... The weather, I went for the drive today. The weather was absolutely appalling. It's terrible, absolutely awful. I've got a sneaky feeling that this is going to be a washout summer, weather-wise. Okay, Andy Davey, Spire Mash. Where's Sir Patrick Moore? Is this the Sky at Night? Well, I tell you what, a number of people, because of my new little Amazon background there, cheap and nasty background there. A number of people have mentioned in the last week that, about, resembling the Sky at Night with Patrick Moore and all that. I take that as a compliment. Patrick Moore was an absolute legend. In the days when we didn't have many TV channels or everything closed at midnight anyway, I mean, I used to love watching Patrick Moore late at night. What did he used to talk about? He used to talk about the Great Bear and all the other star constellations and the moon and absolutely magnificent stuff. Even if you're not an expert, he was still very, very entertaining. So anyone who mentions anyone who puts Sir Patrick Moore, and I believe he was a knight, Sir Patrick Moore in the same sentence as me, or me in the same sentence as Sir Patrick Moore, I will take that as a compliment. He was magnificent. Okay, let's raise a glass to Sir Patrick Moore. They were the days when TV was worth watching. Okay, Richard Travel. Hello to you, mate. I believe you've got a YouTube channel. I seem to know that name. I must check you out. Good evening. What's the topics tonight? Topics tonight. What about doom and gloom? Should we go with that one? Philip Ford, we're not getting summer this year. I'm assuming you're talking about British weather with regards to that. Do you know something? In Britain, I've just said a moment ago, you get what you're given with regards to the weather. Like it or lump it. Like it or lump it. Other countries have far more reliable climates than we have. In Mediterranean countries, they say summer's going to begin in June, then it begins in June, and it's glorious weather and all. In Britain, you just never know. Last year was gloriously sunny. It was a long, hot, very, very nice summer. Well, especially the spring was anyway. But this summer looks like it's diabolical. We went through a patch, I think, about 10 years ago, when we had about 3 wet summers in a row. And I live in the south of England, don't forget, when it's supposed to be sunnier than the north. We've had a couple of half decent summers in recent years. This one looks like it's crap. We're already well into the summer now. It was pissing down with rain today. Bloody awful. Everyone's depressed. Okay. Who's this? Is someone asking? Jesus. Cowboy Vic episodes. Looks like you're in space, Ed. Well, Universal Ed has a ring to it. Yeah, it does have a ring to it. Well, I'm not in space, but people have said in the past of me that I am on another planet. But that's another story. Brian Sweeney, hello from one Mr. Sweeney to another. Philadelphia, good for you, mate. Good for you. But is it always sunny in Philadelphia? Is that what they say? Okay, good for you, mate. Andy Davey, 123. Have you seen the prices of the Shah hotels in Phuket? Looks decent and tempting. Now you won't have to quarantine coming back from there if you had 2 jabs. Okay. Well, we'll talk about Thailand in a moment, but I don't think it's looking really that positive. I don't really think it's looking that positive to me. And Nomad Overseas, thank you. Pattaya City Rocks, you've updated your film set, looking good. Okay, no, funnily enough, when I sprung this Galaxy onto my live streams, the other night, Thursday night, and I will be doing live streams both Monday and Thursday, don't forget. Some people said, well, it's good, it looks like a bit of fun. And most of the comments were quite positive about it. But it's only the last day or so that I received people saying, I prefer the old set, the one with the palm trees and all that kind of stuff. I mean, this is the Patrick Moore set. The other one with the palm trees, that's the Hilda and Stan Ogden set. Apparently, in Coronation Street, Stan and Hilda had those palm trees mural on the wall for about 30 years. Not to mention the same pint of milk in the middle of the table. So I'll go with this one for now. If it proves unpopular, I'll go back to the other one. It's not a big deal. What's it all about, Canary? I said, Eddie, will you be watching England versus Denmark? Probably not. I'm not really a big football fan, and I'm not really a big football fan. There is another reason why I won't be watching, but I don't need to go into that. But it's I wish them the best of luck. If it's Jesus, Britain needs a feel-good factor right now. And if they can bring a feel-good factor, then so what? But I'm not really a big football fan, to be honest with you. But good luck to them anyway. England, I mean. Kim for Anthony Jones. So what's going on? You're making up for lost time with 2 live streams in 1 week. Are you going to do regular Monday night live streams? Why the hell not? Why the hell not? No, I explained some time ago, before I stopped doing my last live streams, why I like the weekdays. I love the weekday evenings. It's sort of a nostalgia thing. Why I like the weekday evenings. The weekends, there's tons of stuff going on there. They can take care of themselves. But many, many years ago, in the 1980s, when there was only a handful of TV channels, and they weren't very good, and everything closed early, there was a guy on Red Rose Radio, Lancashire, called Alan Beswick. And no, don't think for 1 minute that I'm comparing myself to him. He was absolutely amazing. But he ran a radio show on Monday, I believe it was Mondays to Thursdays at 10 p.m. of a night. And to hell with it, he was so good that to hell with the TV. That was crap then. I would listen to Alan Beswick, and I always thought to myself back then, I'd love to do something like that. A weekday live stream beginning at 10, or a radio show beginning at 10 p.m. weekday nights. Well, this isn't radio. Now we have a thing called YouTube. We didn't even have internet in those days. But yeah, I kind of have affection for the weekdays, so I wouldn't mind doing Mondays or Thursday, to be honest with you. But Mondays and Thursdays, if I could do 4 a week, I would do. But I think I'd get a bit stale doing that. I'll Mondays and Thursdays. I think we'll go with that one. Philip Ford, yeah, weather's pathetic. Ed, I'm about to embark on your everything explored. Ed, I'm about to embark on your lifestyle. 6 months work, 6 months travel. Thanks for the inspiration. Well, that has uplifted me, man. That has uplifted me. Whatever your name is, everything explored. That's uplifted me. And I've been doing that lifestyle for many, many years now, and it's absolutely terrific, except for last year because of circumstances beyond my control. I wish you the best of luck, and I wish us all the best of luck. But right now, I mean, there's something happening that none of us can afford it. It's not so easy to travel right now, and especially not so easy to border hop the way it used to be. So, but let's hope the good times are going to return. Welsh Lloyd. Okay, I won't tell anyone then, even though that there's over 200 people watching, and you put it on a live stream. Okay, good luck to you, mate. Tiger Blood Beast Gaming, Ed Car Vacations, who's gone out of space. Okay, what are we going to talk about tonight? Okay, let's have a little. I put down some notes. Okay, right now let me talk about my favorite time of the year, traditionally. Okay, my favorite time. There's a time of the year that for me personally is both my birthday, even though it's not my birthday. It is Christmas, even though it's not Christmas, but it is the numero uno time of the year. It's the one that I look forward to for my own personal circumstances, and I look forward to it all year. And when that time arrives, wow! I mean, I just feel I feel fantastic. I feel absolutely fantastic. Now that time of the year is at the end of August, beginning of September. Right at the end of August, beginning of September. For that week, that is my favorite time of the year, and it has been for many years. And the reason for that is because the work that I do, and I never tell people it's not important. You don't need to know what work I do, but the work that I do, I basically work from spring through summer, and I work hard, and I still work hard. But then at the end of August, I've done my bit. I've filled my pockets with a bit, with with a few quid. And from the beginning of September, I can go and live my life. I can go and live my life right through to the spring. I mean, you're talking 6 months, maybe. Sometimes I'll break it up, maybe 3 months here, 2 months here, whatever, and maybe do a bit of work at Christmas. But at the end of August, beginning of September, for that week, that is what I live for. I live for that moment. I feel fantastic. I've done my hard work. I put my dosh away carefully, frugally, and then I can go abroad and travel and live my life right through the autumn and the winter and whenever. Okay, so that's my favorite time of the year for that reason. Okay, except last year I was robbed of that time. The circumstances, this long-running, never-ending soap opera bloody pandemic, which is going to go on longer than EastEnders and Coronation Street combined. It's just never-ending. I was robbed of that time. I mean, when I get to that time of the year, I just feel so good, but it just didn't happen last year because we've got this continuing rubbish, this claptrap that's going on. And I never went away. What I'd done for a compromise, I booked a flight 1 year ago yesterday, July the 4th, I booked a flight for 4 months in Thailand. From the beginning of November to the beginning of March for 4 months. I thought I'll settle for that. It didn't come about. They cancelled my flight. I've still got that voucher somewhere, which I didn't even ask for. And basically, that's the gist of it. So let's just say that last year I was robbed of my favorite time of the year. Now, my favorite time of the year is coming up again in about 8 weeks' time. And what's going to happen now? I'm going to be robbed of it a second time because of circumstances beyond my control. I work hard. I put money away. I put away for a reason, because I want to go traveling and live my life the way I choose to. Now, what I'm saying is that in 8 weeks' time, we will get to that moment, the beginning of September, my favorite time of the year when I can go and start living my life. Am I going to be living my life then? I don't know. I don't know, because things are not looking. Then, with regards to the place that you want to go, Thailand, Philippines, Cambodia, Vietnam, none of them are looking any good. They don't look good to me. Thailand seems to be the most accessible out of those countries. But I've seen videos, as many of you guys probably have as well, bars closed, and it's just not looking good. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Okay. Billy shares, if the bars aren't open in Phuket, is it really worth going just now? No, it's not worth going. To go through all that effort to go anywhere, get on the airplane and all, to find empty bars, plus the fact that this is the outer season, there's a very strong likelihood of rain now. It's not worth going there. Apparently, when it opened, it did actually open. Some people question of it, but it did actually open on July the 1st. I think if they had a couple of hundred people turn up there, and almost all of them were journalists, and maybe a couple of tourists somewhere along the line. No, I don't think it's worth going right now. I wouldn't bother. Who's that? Somebody said, Thailand backpacker, thank you. This set is way better. Okay, keep it. Okay, I'll keep this one. Okay, I will do. Spire Mash, no point going away as the UK government can't get any given time, so you have to quarantine on these. Well, when you say quarantine, I personally wouldn't worry about that but for my own circumstances, if I had to quarantine for 10 days, I wouldn't mind that because I'd make videos of my travels. I wouldn't. But what I don't want to do is stay in a bloody prison hotel. There was a video out this week of a lady who was forced to stay in one of those 1,750 quid mandatory government hotels on return from a red list country. And Jesus, got the food. It looked like beans on toast, except it didn't even look as good as beans on toast. No, I don't want to do that. Pal 555, 20 stone ladies' lives matter. Absolutely, I agree. I'm sure there's a lot of lovely 20 stone ladies out there. There may even be a few of them who watch this live stream. Maybe a few watching. I'm not against it. Now, did I ever mention the fact that one of my favourite comedians, one of Britain's best comedians ever, remember Les Dawson, little fat guy, terrific, absolutely a real classic comedian. I love the story that, he became famous because part of his act was mother-in-law jokes. He loved telling mother-in-law jokes on his shows. And I always one of my favourite ones. There's a scene in him when he's in the bathroom and he's on the phone, which he shouldn't really have in a bathroom, but he's on the phone and there's a bath in the background, a running bath. And he says to his missus, love, tell your mother I've just run the bath for her. The bath's ready. And in the background, you can see a shark's fin going about in the bath. Yeah, Les Dawson was legendary with his mother-in-law jokes. Apparently, there was one series where he left them all out. Apparently, the political correctness got on top of it and said, it's not politically correct telling jokes about mother-in-laws and all that. So he left it out for one series, and he got loads of letters of complaints from mother-in-laws. They missed the mother-in-law jokes. You know what I mean? If there's any 20 stone women out there watching this show, it's all good fun. Nothing against you at all. I'm sure you're all very, very nice people. See you down at the social club for the meat draw. Okay, Phuket Sandbox, Phuket Sandbox started the other day. There were more journalists on the plane than tourists, apparently. Yeah, that's what I heard. Okay. Good evening. Okay. Good evening to everybody. Yes, Billy Shears. I've been asked that question many, many times. Billy Shears would love to be able to work for 6 months and then take 6 months off in the year to travel. What job knows he's doing? I don't give my job away, but well, let's just say that if you organise yourself and put your mind to something, you can do. The ironic thing is now, can I take 6 months off? Do you know what I was thinking before? One thing I've never ever done with regards to travel, because you tend to associate with young backpackery types, but those tickets that you get for round the world tickets, you get a 6 month ticket, a round the world ticket where you literally travel around the world. You circle the globe for 6 months and visit a variety of countries. I never ever got around to doing that one, but I wouldn't mind doing it, even at my age. If I had the opportunity to do that, I'd do that because I'm so hungry for travel right now. I would really, really like to do that. I'd love to vlog all that, and I could even do my own little series of that. I could call it Old Bastard Travels Around the World with an Old Bastard in 80 days. I mean, that'd go down well. I'd do that at the drop of a hat. I'd go on the airplane tomorrow. But it's just these bloody circumstances are getting me down. It's just not happening. Stephen Singapore, Ed, Phuket is open now. Are you going there? No. With regards, it's those videos, and you must have. There's plenty of them on YouTube. Those videos of Phuket. I was watching one today. I can't remember who done it, but it was going around the bars in Phuket. Phuket is a terrific place. Patong Beach, absolutely fantastic. But all of those bars are closed. There's nothing happening. There's a lot of doom and gloom coming out of Thailand. In fact, us today, we have been told by our Muppet Prime Minister that we're going to have total freedom, or near enough to total freedom in a couple of weeks. In fact, well, it's fairly free here now, except the ironic thing is that the weather's crap. Nobody wants to go out because it's pissing down with rain all the time. But we have freedom in England right now. That's not really a problem. But you know, bars are open here, but the fact is, in Phuket, in not Phuket, another place in Thailand, all the videos that I'm seeing, you know, they're all on YouTube. They looked dreadful. It looks the feedback that I'm getting from Thailand, from other Thai vloggers who are actually out there, is absolutely dreadful. It just looks like a place that you wouldn't want to go right now. And what I've heard from a couple of videos that I've been watching is that all those bar closures, they're not going to end anytime soon. Some of them may go on for a very, very long time. So no, I don't think now's the time to be going there. Hopefully by October or November, things will be getting better. Let's hope so. We can only hope, but no, nobody really knows. It's not looking good right now. Lewis Birmingham, we are being robbed of a year's life. It's getting on to be 2 years now, isn't it? So there was some old couple, very, very nice old couple that I know who are retired, and they've worked hard for so many years. Now they've retired. And basically, the way that they phrase it, I think I've said this before, but when they retire, they want to do whatever they want to do. They've worked hard, they put the money away, they've earned the right to do that. They love going abroad, they love Greece and many, many other countries. And as they phrased it, you know, when you're that age, to be robbed of 2 years of your life, of your pleasures that you look forward to doing when you retire, you know, to lose 2 years of your life is a lot. You know, I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for a lot of people. I'd say the ones I feel sorry for right now, not just for the mongers who are going and have dirty massages in Thailand. I don't just feel sorry for them. I also feel sorry for the Wongers. Let's spare a thought for the Wongers. You know, those 60 odd year old women who love, tanning up and, going on sunbeds and then going out to Turkey and Gambia. Those 60 odd year old English women who like going with young gigolos, young enough to be their grandson. I feel that I spare a thought for those Wongers as well, those women there. I mean, they have their pleasure in life. They go out, and they go out to these countries and they go with young gigolos. Great, good for them. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as they don't criticize me, I wouldn't criticize them. Let all these old grannies go with these young gigolos, right? They're obviously paying for the young gigolos. That's they don't come, nothing comes free in this life. But also spare a thought for the young gigolos in countries like Gambia and Tunisia and all of those other places where these old grannies go to. Those young gigolos are losing out as well because they haven't got any wrinkly old grannies to come along and spoil them, well, I was going to talk about I was going to get vulgar then, but I won't get, no need to be vulgar, okay? But the Wongers and the gigolos, I mean, this pandemic it's just going across the board. It's affecting everyone's life, from the small business owners to the massage girls, to the bar owners, to the Wongers, to the mongers, to the gigolos. Jesus Christ Almighty! I feel sorry for them. I know a couple of old ladies who go out to Turkey every year, and they love going out there. And oh my God Almighty! And I said to one of them, I said, once I said, are you looking forward to your holiday in Turkey this year? She said, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Actually, me and my friend were thinking of going somewhere else just for a change. But we'll probably end up in Turkey because we know what we're all about there. Yeah. And I thought, yeah, you dirty old trollop, and I know what you're about as well. I owned a property in Turkey for years, and I know what it's all about. Been in a bar in many a time, and here comes a 65-year-old English granny waltzing into the bar with her 25-year-old Turkish boyfriend. I know what they're all about. Good for them. Good for them. You only live once. What? Let's see. Some of my job titles are coming out. Let's see. Some of my job titles are coming out thick and faster. Yeah, Dillinger Crab. Eddie does an ice cream round in a van. Eddie is Mr. Whippy. Okay, Mr. Eddie. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. I am Spartacus. Eddie is a pork pie salesman for Lidl. Okay, I reckon he should bung me a few quid. Hi Eddie, my question is everything about it. Hi Eddie, my question is if everything is back to normal, which country will you visit first? Well, with regards to the weather, I tend to like the weather, you see. So, with regards to which country would I visit first, if I was to go away in September, places like Greece are wonderful countries to go then because they have the climate. I was in the island of Rhodes in the month of September a couple of years ago, and baking hot. I think July and August. I wouldn't want to go out there then because it'd probably be extremely hot. But months like September and October would be fantastic. I wouldn't mind. Greece is a wonderful country. I'm sure it's wonderful country. That Gabriel Traveller, who I watch quite a lot, he's forever in Greece. He's traveled many countries and he loves Greece. Yeah, Greece is a good place. And then obviously later I'll be looking at maybe, Southeast Asia. Okay. Jonathan Baldwin, nice to hear from you, mate. Good for you to join us. What are we up to now? 324 people in the chat. That's good. It's a Monday night. There's not much happening. It looks to me that this is going to be a washout British summertime. This is the sad irony, I mean, if all the rules, the pandemic rules are relaxed and we can go out and do whatever we want. The ironic thing is that most people will think, well, we're not going to bloody go out because it's piddling down with rain all the time. It's a staycation. Do you know something? Britain's an expensive country. I was thinking just a short while ago, maybe doing some British vlogs. I live in the south of England. Cornwall looks fantastic. Yeah, looks like this. I've seen pictures of Cornwall. Absolutely looks wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. But then I checked out on Booking.com the cost of hotels in Cornwall. Jesus Christ Almighty! I mean, for a decent small hotel room, you're looking about 120 quid a night. That's about, what is that in dollars? Is that about 170 US dollars for a small hotel room in Cornwall? Britain is an expensive country. And what if it's rain all the time? If you're going to spend that kind of money making the effort to go to somewhere like Cornwall and spending that kind of money, you want to be guaranteed the weather. And right now, the weather doesn't look guaranteed. Well, it only looks like it's guaranteed rain. So not looking good at all. Staycation, I wouldn't be too enthusiastic about that. Mr. Mitch, nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you. Okay, how's it going, mate? Who else is here? Who else? I've been waffling on so much. Paul Hoskin is a bonger. We've had mongers, wongers, and bongers. The mind boggles what that is, but I'm sure it's fun. The wongers, okay. What is that? Who's that? Edward. At what age? Who said that? Where is that now? Simon Wells. Edward, at what age are you thinking of retiring? Well, I'm 59 years old. I mean, next year is going to be the big 6-0, obviously. I wouldn't mind retiring now, but I mean, the thing is, I like doing a bit of work. I wouldn't want to be completely retired. I think I'd get bored. As a retired person said to me, it's a long day to get through when you're retired. I don't work that many hours each day, but I like going to work. And I'm not ready for full retirement just yet. We'd have to see. It'll be works. It's difficult to give work up, to be honest with you. Let's see. Bonga, so 6. Louis Bang, my wife went to Gambia and married the tribal chief. He was 38, she is 68. She loves it. Okay, good for her and good for him. Okay, that they sound like a lovely couple. A Gambian 38-year-old tribal chief in Gambia and a 68-year-old English woman. Fantastic. That sounds bloody good to me. Sounds like a match made in heaven. Okay. Spy bash. Lots of old mingers getting caught out on the internet by Nigerians posting as US servicemen. Yeah, I've heard about it. Honest to God, I've seen some of these documentaries about these women who fall for these scams, these internet dating scams. Come on, I mean, it works both ways, men and women. Look at the mirror, man. Look at the mirror. I mean, if some glamorous young woman like sent me, you know, a message on Facebook, as they do, and say, "Hi, Eddie, you're wonderful. I want to be your friend." All that. I'd instantly be suspicious. You want to be my friend? Why? Because you know, because a lovely young lady like you, you know, fancies dirty, decrepit old guys like me. No, no, no. Let's get real about this. It works the same way, but women. I've seen some of these documentaries about women who are very, very gullible, and they get taken for a small fortune. They send thousands of pounds over the internet to this guy that they've never met. His picture looks nice. There was one story that I did. This night, well, it was Nigerian guy. I was Nigerian. He posed as somebody else. He sent her a picture of what they call a silver fox. This good-looking, you know, aging guy. You know, with his, you know, his sideburns and you know, good-looking old guy. And it turned out that this picture was actually a well-known police detective. I think he was a police detective, and he was gay. He wasn't even heterosexual, like, you know, she wants to form a relationship, but this picture of a guy, you know, they'd stole this picture from the internet. Oh my God, be suspicious of the internet, you know, be highly suspicious of it, you know. I mean, you know, I wouldn't trust anything like that, you know, but if you want to, if women want to go to these countries and have the fun, go and have your fun. If men want to go to Asia and have their fun, go and have your fun. But don't be bloody sending thousands of pounds to people over the internet. Don't trust anyone. You know, it's a recipe for disaster. Let's see. Okay, Eddie runs a Thai massage parlour in Runcorn, yeah? Runcorn? Never bloody been there in my life. When I lived in Liverpool years ago, I used to think Runcorn people and Saints, they were all woolly, but I never went to places like that. But you know, the most exotic place I went to was getting a ferry across the Mersey. That was like an exotic destination to me in those days. Let's see. Okay, who's that there? Okay. Ian Bowden. Hi, Eddie. A Monday night surprise from you. How's it going? I'm drinking a neat Sangsum at home on this wet night. What are you doing? I am drinking a Perlenbach, and I mentioned this a few times, but this is, I really, you know, it took me a long time to get used to Littles. But you know, this is good stuff. It's a very, very nice lager. I think it's a German beer. 500 milliliters can. You get 4 cans for $2.99. It's bloody good value, and you know, for somebody like me who likes to drink, why the hell not? In fact, I'm kind of getting used to Lidl's now. I avoided that place for a long time, but I love the spicy chicken wings from there. Love it. You know, you bung them in a freezer, then you bung them in the oven. Fantastic, absolutely, absolutely. Somebody suggested me. I had dinner with a friend last night, and someone, you know, he suggested me that I should do on here a Lidl's night. You know, a whole night where I promote the Lidl stuff and all that. You know, because you know, all of my fridge and my cupboards, and you know, it's all full of little stuff now. And no, I'm not getting paid for advertising. I'm not getting paid for it. Ian UK, nice to hear from you, mate. Stephen Hayes, Eddie, where's the 3 barrels still on special offer at Tesco? I haven't had 3 barrels for a while, but from Lidl's, I have been having recently, and I do like this brandy. It's a fine French brandy called Reverie. And this is a 70 cl bottle. It's 40% volume, yes. And it is, Jesus, I can't remember the price of these things now. I can't remember this. I think it's about 14 quid a bottle. I think, no, actually, it might be 13 and a half quid a bottle, but it's bloody good. It's nice stuff. Nice stuff. I like it. Sean Moore, we want you reviewing Co-op pizzas again. To hell with that. There's only one good thing that comes out of the Co-op, and I'll probably review that sometime. Keep you in suspense on that one. But there is one food stuff that is an old favorite of mine, and it is wonderful out of the Co-op. You know, we'll review that sometime, okay? So what I was going to talk about, yeah, well, that's it. As far as I'm concerned, right, the month of September, beginning of September, my favorite time, Christmas, New Year, birthday, everything just rolled into one. that is when my life starts beginning, right throughout the autumn and winter. From the beginning of September, I wanted to live up to it. I lost it. I was robbed of it last year, that marvelous time of the year. I don't want to be robbed of it again this year. So as far as I'm concerned, the beginning of September, which is only 8 weeks away, I want to be going somewhere, and then I want to be going somewhere else, and I want to be traveling for the rest of the winter. But I don't know where, because rules are changing every 5 minutes, and you never know what's going to happen next. Green lists, red lists, quarantine, isolation. You never bloody know what's coming next. Mr. Mitch, Perlenbacher Premium Pills Reserve Fund. Okay, $5. Thank you for that super chat, Mr. Mitch. I really do appreciate it. I mean, you're a very nice guy, Mr. Mitch. Yeah, really love to meet you sometime. You're a cool guy. And I love your Wizard of Oz Tin Man logo. That's cool, that is cool. Thanks for that, mate. Lewis Bellman, have you tried Bacardi Mocha Lovely? Not really a big fan of fan of that. Okay, Thailand Bound is here. Peter is here from Thailand Bound, who done a very good live stream last night. If you haven't checked, he does all these lovely stories, these wonderful stories, sent in to him by people about, Thai relationships and other related stuff. So it's good to have you there anyway, Peter. What was that? I actually missed your comment there. Oh, yeah, you mentioned, Peter, Nicaragua. I've been to Nicaragua. No restrictions, lots of pressure. I've been to Nicaragua. When did I go there? About 18 years or something like that. I traveled from Mexico into Belize, and I went from Belize to Costa Rica, and then from Costa Rica, which I thought was a bit overrated personally, I took a light aircraft, a psychedelic painted light aircraft, into Nicaragua, and I stayed in a town. I've stayed in a couple of places, but the main one I stayed in was the old capital, Granada. And you know what? Have you ever arrived in somewhere? About 6 p.m. on a Friday evening, I arrived in. We were having a carnival in town, and it was just like nowhere else. It was such a raw edge, quirky class. I loved that place. I arrived there without, booking booking a hotel, and it was a bit frustrating. I was in this taxi, all these strange people coming to the taxi. We all get them a room. And I thought, oh my God, what have I done now? I'm out on the streets in Nicaragua, Granada, Nicaragua. But I did find a place to stay. It wasn't a hotel. I actually stayed in a private house. You can't stay in private houses with a Nicaraguan family. And it was terrific. It was close to the town. The bars were rocking, plenty of live bands there, a real good traveler backpacker vibe. Terrific. I absolutely loved that place. I always swore I would return there once again. Granada, Nicaragua, and also, is it called San Juan del Sur? That is a border town, very, very breezy border town, which looks like it could all be blown away in a strong gust of wind. But yeah, Nicaragua's cool. I would love to return there again. I really, really would. Okay, if that was on the cards, I'd be heading out there tomorrow. And Cuba, of course, Nicaragua, Cuba, both fantastic places. Oh, I'd love to. But I think I don't know about Nicaragua right now, but a lot of those Latin American countries are very, very much on the red list for us Brits right now. So they're not really on the cards at this moment in time, really. Let's see. El Terrifico, nice to see Eddie with an icy cold beer, yeah? What's not unusual about that? There we go. Get that in there. Get the rest of that in there, okay? I'm waffling on a bit. I've got tons of food, in the fridge, in the freezer, and all that, but I'm not actually cooking it. I haven't actually got any pork pies tonight, simply because pork pies work best when the weather is hot and balmy and all that. And when it's raining outside, you don't really feel in the mood for a cold meal. You more or less want something that's hot. So I'm going to bungle lasagna in the oven later. I think I'll do some food reviews now. Some people quite like them. Let's see. Who's it? Ian Bowden, how is Vietnam now? Any easier to visit than Thailand? Well, not as far as I've heard. I've heard that Vietnam, and I haven't, come across much information on it, but I've heard that Vietnam is very, very much off the cards. It's not really, it's not on the menu right now. I mean, they're staying very, very much closed to the public, and I think Cambodia as well, and the Philippines. Out of all those wonderful countries, I think Thailand's the only one that's a possibility, but it doesn't really look very good right now. Let's just hope things improving in the next few months. Yeah. K-Pax, no, Nam is bad. Yeah, that's what I've heard as well, mate. That's what I've heard. You know. So let me see now. Eddie into X-Files conspiracy. Dave E. Pie, Eddie into X-Files conspiracy with that new background. I could always go back to the other background, but it's a bit of a mixed reaction. But I think the consensus of people is that this is actually quite good fun. This one, people's kind of like, and don't forget, it's an evening time. I'm doing this of an evening time, a night time, basically. So I want a nighttime background. The other one, the Hilda Ogden wall mural, tropical sunset stuff, that was very much a daytime. I can always return to that one. It's not a problem, but I'll stick with this one for now. Supersonic Sid. Supersonic Sid, it's terrible in Vietnam. We are in big trouble. So are you there now, Supersonic Sid? Are you in Vietnam right now? On my last traveling expedition, I'd done a fair bit. The winter before last, I actually done not one but 2 trips to Vietnam. I've been there quite a few times before, and it's a wonderful, wonderful country. But I think, as far as I know, because of these circumstances now, I think it's gone well off the menu. Well off the menu. Ian Bowden, any garlic bread come with your lasagna? No, I haven't got garlic bread, but I will have with toast. I like toast. Dave Cook, nobody in Vietnam. I threw all the tourists out. What the hell's happening to this world? It's not getting any better, is it? Not getting any better. In Vietnam, I would quite happily go and spend the winter in Vietnam if it was possible. But I don't know. There's no good news coming out of those places right now. Mazza, forgot you're on tonight. I'm listening whilst driving my truck. I'm going to get a good one. Okay, good for you, mate. Keep on trucking, man. Keep on trucking. I've always wanted to say that to somebody. Keep on trucking. Thailand ban. What's the worst country you've ever visited? That's an interesting question, Peter. Worst country you've ever visited? Which is there are a few which are. Let me tell you something. Out of countries that I've visited, I don't think that any country, even if you didn't like it, it was disappointing, it didn't live up to your expectations. I don't think there's anywhere that you can say, I wish I hadn't have gone there, because any traveling experience is worth having. It broadens your life. It makes you feel like a traveler. I mean, if I could only go to the countries which I knew were going to be super duper, deliver the goods and all that, great, I'd do that. But then, I don't think you're a real traveler to do that. There have been countries that have disappointed me, but that's not to say that I regret going to them. When I was in India, I only ever spent a month in India. I went to Mumbai, Goa, and Kerala in the deep south, and then back to Mumbai again. Only a month there, and it was okay. I met some good Indian people, some good characters, but it was a little bit out of season then, so it wasn't as. It was the month of September, I think it was. A little bit out of season then, so it wasn't as sunny in a place like Goa that it should have been. But I got a little bit of the old Delhi belly. I mean, there's various myths about countries, but getting the old Delhi belly in India, that's one that come through. I mean, the first couple of weeks were right, but the second couple of weeks, not good. Not good at all. But it was a very cultural place. Well, Jesus Christ, India. I mean, is there anywhere on the planet that's more cultural than India? Of course, very, very colourful, very, very cultural place. Really good stuff. But I just thought it's not really the right place for me. It's sort of a male-oriented. I like Thailand. I like Thailand and Cambodia with all the girls in the bar and all like that sort of stuff, as you know. But India I left there thinking, well, that didn't really go quite right. But I'm still glad that I went there. You know what I mean? Another country which didn't go right for me, was disappointing me, was Bulgaria. I went there about 20 years ago, and I wanted to go to one of these, Eastern European countries, and I went there, and I actually found it a very, very, very difficult country to travel through. I was only there for a couple of weeks. I went from Sofia, which is absolute dump of a city. Sofia to right down to Varna, and also a place called Veliko Tarnovo, which was the best place. That's a really, really nice, colourful little town. I had the bad weather there, which was not good. But I actually thought that Bulgaria, I travelled all through there on a train, a sleeper compartment, like they have in the old Alfred Hitchcock movies. And I actually thought that Bulgaria, bearing in mind that I'd already travelled to places like Vietnam and Thailand before that, Bulgaria actually seemed to me to be more of a third world country than places like Vietnam, believe it or not. That's the way it seemed to me. But I was disappointed. But one thing about Bulgaria, I'll tell you something, those women, the actual girls that you say, the most underrated, beautiful, they're a very, very good looking race of people, the Bulgarians. I mean, the women are absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, these lovely, beautiful, very, very lean race of people. And these lovely Bulgarian girls, walk around with these tight leggings and the thongs. Oh God, Jesus! God, stop this kind of talk, Eddie. Stop this kind of talk. Another thing I found about Bulgaria, amazingly few people actually spoke English. I found it really quite frustrating. But I'm glad I went there, and I wouldn't mind going there again. I'd give it another try. I'd give anywhere a second chance. Asian paradise, Hungarian beauties too. Last time I visited Amsterdam, I met a beautiful Hungarian girl. Oh, beautiful, blonde, fantastic. I'm starting to talk smutty now, aren't I? Okay, stop this kind of talk, Edward. Ian Barb, my mate, ended up marrying a woman he met when he was on holiday in Bulgaria, Sunny Beach. He still lives there 15 years later. Yes, gorgeous. They are. They're the most underrated. They talk about all the women throughout the world being beautiful. Bulgarian girls would give any of them a run for the money. Absolutely wonderful. Ben Davies, are you off to Thailand, Eddie? Not yet, mate. Not yet. I'd love to. I'd go tomorrow if the circumstances were right, but they are not right. I can't imagine. You'd have to have a really special reason to want to go to Thailand right now at this moment in time. Just look at those YouTube videos. There are plenty of YouTube videos out there. They look abysmal. All those bar closed. And I watched one today. I think it was a bar owner who was talking about it, who said that there are some bar owners who actually believe the nightlife industry there is going to be closed for quite a long time to come. So, no, it's off the menu right now. Let's see. Sean Ricketts. Yeah, what else have we got here? Okay, so let's talk a little teensy-weensy bit about vouchers. Vouchers, bloody. I've never ever in my life used a voucher to book a flight. Now, some of you will remember that a year ago to this week, I took a gamble on a booked a flight to Bangkok, right? About £550 with Etihad Airways. For the beginning of November. It didn't come about. They cancelled it and whatever. I went to the credit card. They were getting awkward. I went to the credit card company. They got my money back. But then later the money was taken back out of my account because the company, lastminute.com, had said that they'd give me a voucher, which I didn't ask for. What a bloody voucher. They couldn't supply me with the flight, so I should get my money back. But anyway, I've still got this voucher. It's somewhere there deep in my email list. It's worth about £550, and apparently I've got it. It expires in a year's time. Now I think this voucher. They gave me this voucher. I don't know. Was it around about December time? Something like that. So I think it expires in December. I don't know. It's still there deep in my email list anyway. So maybe I'll use that to book my next flight, whenever that will be. Crispy 96, still waiting for the refund from Thai Airways from April last year. Not holding my breath, yeah. Well, the credit card company, I always say that if you're going to book a flight, book it with a credit card rather than a debit card. Because with the credit card, if it goes pear-shaped, they will get your money back. But they actually disappointed me this time. Because when that money was taken out of my account again, I phoned them up. And the girl on the other end of the line said, you moan about a voucher. Well, you're lucky. Some people didn't get anything back, which is not the attitude that I wanted, really. But the end result, I've got this voucher. It's deep down there in the emails, my emails. So I haven't used it yet. Well, I'm waiting for the right opportunity to use it. Yeah, let's see. Let me see. Mera Dud app Reinhold. Yeah, okay. What do you think of the Thai Islands, Ed? Any favourites? I like a spot on the beaches with a motorcycle. Koh Samet this March was great. The Thai, oh, of course, Thai Islands, wonderful, wonder. So many great islands out there. You know, if you go to Koh Chang, which is one of the largest ones, I love Koh Chang. The last time I've been there a couple of times. No, I think 3 times. I think the third visit that I went there, I really, really liked it. Wonderful place. A lot of great things there. I didn't like the main part of Koh Chang, the most well-known place. What is that called? Is that called White Sand Beach? It's very bland. It's actually very, very bland, that one, and quite expensive. But other parts of Koh Chang are well worth a visit. Phuket is a great island. It's expensive. But right now, I just don't think that it's the time to visit it. And because you've got all those lovely little islands off there, like James Bond Island, Krabi Area, tons of fantastic islands in Thailand. But they are better visited in the months of November through till March, because I think that's when you're more guaranteed the weather. It's like islands, you need the weather for them. And of course, Koh Samet is beautiful, lovely place. Karim Farang, Phuket for my party times. Okay, Koh Phangan with a motorbike for chill times. Yeah, still got 362 people in the chat. Okay, fine, thank you. So this is just a Monday Night Live. I'm just getting back into all of this. Let's see. Okay, we'll talk about some of these. You know, because I've still got Thursday nights live. We'll talk about you know, a few other things. Yeah, says, well, it's crap weather. It's absolutely bloody awful there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Dan, for the rest of this, live. If we're going to be doing this twice a week, can't be doing doom and gloom. We all know the travel situation is pretty crap right now. It's absolute bollocks. And it's not getting better anytime soon. I'm hoping in the next couple of months it will get better so I can start traveling again. Many of you people are again. Joe Hart just mentioned Phi Phi Island. How could I not give Phi Phi Island a mention? Beautiful. I went there before they had the tsunami. Absolutely, absolutely lovely. Okay. So what I'm going to talk about. So for the rest of this one, no. Taliban, can you tell us why you've decided to do 2 live streams a week rather than 1? Well, I feel like it because I feel like it now. I feel like it. You know, well, I mean, you know what? Sometimes, I mean, I think, you know, if you do two of something, it keeps you on the ball a bit more. If I only felt I could do 1, I'd do 1. You know, if I couldn't do 1, then I wouldn't do any at all. But I just feel, you know, I think it's okay. I wouldn't mind doing every night. I wouldn't mind doing Monday to Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, really. But I think it get a bit bland. I think people will get a bit fed up. As I think if there's things to talk about, and the idea of these live streams is that there's a lot of people in the same boat as me, you, many other people. We're all guys around this kind of age who want to go traveling, start having a life. Are probably very, very frustrated at the circumstances beyond our control, and just simply want to get together and just talk about it. And even if we talk rubbish or talk doom and gloom, then so what? You know, it's about coming together. So I think I think I think 2 a week is about right now. Philip Mulville, Eddie published Cambodia Girl. A lot of people like that. Was an old poem of mine that's still on my list now. It's still deep down there. Thanks for that, mate. Anyway, okay. So what I want to do now, we've got to have a bit of silliness. You know, you can't talk doom and gloom all the time. We've got to have a little bit of silliness. So it's silly time, okay? Now, what happened a few months ago? I'd done this live stream, which wasn't a bad live stream. It wasn't bad. If things like an episode of Roger and Dodger or Roger or Dodger, yeah, and also a couple of other little stuff. But what happened at the end of the live stream? I pressed the wrong button because I probably had too much to drink, and it deleted the live stream. And then I was getting messages from people saying, you know, the next day, what's happened? No, what happened? I mean, you know, I don't know if the views are going down now or whatever. It's just, that's no problem. We'll pick the views back up again. But at my live stream peak, I was getting about 500 people in the chat. But when I uploaded it to YouTube, some of those live streams were getting 10,000 views, which meant that most people watched them later on. Okay, so what it says that most people wouldn't have seen that live stream. So I just want to pick a few little bits out of that for the next maybe 20 minutes or so, because some people like Roger or Dodger. Some people like it, some people love it, and some people absolutely hate it. There's some people who, as soon as I start doing that, they know, that's it, I'm going to bed now, okay? So it's Monday night, it's a load of crap on the TV, you know, it's pissing down with rain outside. Let's have a bit of a laugh. Let's have a bit of a laugh. So those who've seen that live stream, which never actually got uploaded to YouTube, you know, you know, just to tell you that this is the same old stuff. I just want to run through what, you know, what I've done with those, because some people, I'm sure there's got to be one person out there who loves Roger and Dodger so much that they are kind of addicted to him, don't want to miss it, okay? So anyway, for the moment, it's squeaky door time. I'll be back very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. I will be back. I'm back. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. Okay, so what have we got here? What have we got here? Now, let's see now. Yeah, okay. Let's see. What have we got here? Okay, so like I said, those who've seen that live stream will probably be familiar with this stuff. But let's just go through it again, because there was some. I'm sure somebody likes this. Let's see. Soy dog with you, as Sweeney, grumpy as I ever see. Okay, fine. Thank you. Have a nice evening anyway. What have we got here? 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 Come on, you're in there somewhere. Come on, the gallery. Come on, you're in there somewhere. Yeah, we went through that. Oh, okay. Now, what were we talking about? Okay. Now, this is... some people kind of like that overrated section that I done quite a while ago. Let's just talk about, you know, overrated. We'll talk about anything. We'll talk about complete and utter bollocks if we have to. Anyway, as long as it keeps us, yeah, you know, getting together and in the mood on a rainy old Monday night in July. Okay, so here's a question. Now, this isn't an overrated thing. It's the question is it overrated or not overrated? Okay, so the question is, if I was to say to you, a 20-minute performance by a legendary rock band at a famous concert many, many years ago, and that 20-minute performance has since passed into legend, it's been so highly rated, what would I be talking about? Let me see. Let's see. Anyone who's... Have I missed the... is that all? Oh yeah, it's back. It's back. Okay, the chat's back anyway. I thought you'd all deserted me then. I thought you'd all deserted me. Okay. Philip Ford, Queen at Wembley Live Aid. Iron Till, Queen, Philip Mulville, Queen Live Aid. Oh, Tulip, AC/DC. Oh, never heard that one before. Never heard that. Which 20-minute performance was that? Okay. So the consensus is a 20-minute performance by a famous rock band, which has since passed it. I'm talking about the actual 20-minute performance, has passed into legend. It was, of course. No, starting to get used to this bloody thing now. There you go. Queen at Live Aid. Yes. Okay. 1985. Jeez, how long ago was 1985? I actually watched that. That was on a Saturday afternoon. How long ago was 1985? Was that 36 years ago? Oh my God! Ever get the feeling that your life is passing you by? Okay. So there you go. There's the wonderful, amazing duo of Freddie and Brian May. Both of them amazing talents. Absolutely. Well, the whole band. One thing about that band of Queen, you could say that they, all four members were fairly indispensable. Okay. So the question is, was that so many superlatives have been mentioned about that 20-minute performance by Queen at Live Aid in 1985. It has passed into legend. I think it was Status Quo, Rick Powell, or one of those from Status Quo, said not only was the greatest performance of the day, it was actually one of the greatest performances that any band of any era had ever given at any time ever. It has been so highly rated, it's legend. And the question is, was that performance overrated? Is it possible for four guys to go on stage and actually do a performance that is so deserves all that praise all these years later, deserves to be passed into legend? So the 20-minute performance by Queen at Live Aid, overrated or not overrated? Bananarama. No, that was Bananarama. I know I'd rather have Rumpy Pumpy with, but it wasn't Bananarama. Let's see. Queen, absolutely. Yeah. So Asian Paradise, it was brilliant. Yeah, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. But does it deserve to pass into legend? I mean, is it physically possible for four musicians to go on stage and do a performance that people are still talking about 3.5 decades later? Really? I mean, I'm still talking about it. Who said canned whatever? Overrated. Anders says not overrated. Amazing. Neil Fleet, not overrated. I'll be out. I would say that it seems weird that it could be bad because it's in a category of all of its own. That 20-minute performance by Queen at Live Aid 1985 is in a category all of its own. There's nothing that can touch it. But was it as good as they say? Because I think also the circumstances. Don't forget, Live Aid was the most publicized, televised live concert of all time. I don't think anything had ever like that, and they were performing that in front of the whole world. And also there was a lot of performances in that day which were fairly duff, but that's not to take anything away from it. The performance by Queen was absolutely magnificent. In fact, Queen were magnificent. So let me just recommend this movie anyway. I'll go through this. I've done this before. I'll go through it again. There's a nice picture of Freddie there. What a marvelous entertainer he was. Wasn't he a wonderful entertainer? Wasn't Freddie absolutely wonderful, eh? Absolutely wonderful. Let me see now. So a film recommendation. If you haven't seen this movie, it is an interesting film. Thailand Bound. The internet wasn't around in 1985. I think Live Aid wouldn't have been so big. Yeah, you could. That's a valid point. Valid point, Peter. But anyway, if you haven't seen this movie, I urge you to see it. I've seen it twice now. Once was on an airplane, a flight to Bangkok, and the next time I seen it was a couple of months back when I watched it on Amazon. I don't know if it's still on Amazon, but it was a couple of months ago. It's called Bohemian Rhapsody, and it's not so much the story of Queen. It's the story of Queen that leads up to the big moment of Live Aid, and it is. I urge you to say it. There's only one little drawback I have in it. Well, it's not really a drawback. I liked him better the second time I seen it. But this guy, I can't remember his name. I can't actually remember his name, but he plays Freddie. And I don't know. I actually couldn't help feeling that he was miscast. I think he actually won an Oscar for it. He's absolutely, he plays a good part, but he plays in a really weird way. I mean, Freddie Mercury was weird, but he wasn't that weird. He takes a bit of getting used to that actor, but he plays a good part. But anyway, if you haven't seen it, I urge you to see it. I love biopics. I even like the one about Elton John and a few other biopics about people. I find them very, very interesting. I like to see other actors, actors playing all these great musical heroes. I think it's very interesting that. But the Queen biopic, Bohemian Rhapsody, is definitely gets a thumbs up from me. It's a terrific movie. And if you love Queen, even if you don't love Queen, go and check that movie out. You could be converted, okay? So anyway, there you go. Right, so Philip Ford, the Queen movie was terrible, not really based on truth. Well, I'm not so sure about that. It sounded pretty convincing to me. Okay, there we go. Supersonic said Ramel Malek. Yeah, I think he won an Oscar. I just thought he was miscast, but I liked him better the second time I seen it. I liked him better the second time I seen it. Now, what are we going to do next? Okay, what are we going to do next? Briefly run through this, because like I say, people who've seen that particular student will have seen all this claptrap before. But it's time now for the next baby. We'll do this in 15 minutes. It is time now for the return, the almighty return of the legend, the quiz of the week. It's Roger or Dodger. Okay, Roger or Dodger. Right. Now, for those who've never seen this before, and you probably have, oh my God, she's beautiful. That one's beautiful. That one. Those who've never seen this before, basically the premise of Roger or Dodger is that I show you all these pictures of famous women from years gone by, and you say that whether you'd either Roger it, as in I'd love to give it a bloody good Roger, or Dodger, as in no thank you, can keep that one. I'll settle with my 20 stone missus down at the local social club. Okay, so the first one on the list for Roger or Dodger, who is this beauty? Who's that? Who is that? Who's that? Oh, my God, she's gorgeous. Is that a good shot of her? Is that a good shot? Can you see that one? There you go. From years gone by. No, it's not Tippi Hedren. No, it's Philip Janek. Princess. Someone says Princess Kate. No, it isn't. No, come on. I go back a long way. Jeff House, My Way, Pat Bennett, Hilda Ogden, Angela. Oh, Tampa guy's got it. It is, of course, the absolutely beautiful, stunning, sexy, absolutely beautiful, stunning Natalie Wood. There she is there. Oh, my God. She was a lovely woman. Lovely woman. Very, very talented actress. I think she first came. Don't be smutty, Edward. I think she first came to light in the 1950s. She was in Rebel Without a Cause with James Dean and Salmoneo, which is a classic movie. And, of course, James Dean never actually lived to see that movie. Jesus, would you really give a Porsche to a 24-year-old man? A 24-year-old is a kid. He's putting any car in the hands of a 24-year-old is obviously not used to vehicles. But putting a Porsche in the hand of a 24-year-old, it's like giving a bloody, it's like giving a machine gun to a monkey. You know what I mean? It's bad when, but sadly, James Dean never lived to see that great movie. But the other principal, Natalie Wood, died at 43 years of age in a boating accident, a controversial boat. Now, we won't go into too much of that. Don't go into too much of that, don't get into legal stuff. But she sadly died, but she was a very, very talented actress. She was around for a lot of years, from the 50s, 60s, 70s. She was, I loved in that movie, Bob and Carol, Ted and Alice. I think she was the most beautiful in that one. She's a gorgeous looking woman. No, I think we've seen that one. There's quite a young picture over there. Naturally good-looking woman, very talented actress, and I think she was quite proud of her Russian parentage. In fact, I think she actually spoke Russian. She looked like the all-American girl to me, but she was very, very much. There you go. There was hubby. Yeah. There's hubby. I could never see the appeal of him. Funnily enough, I mean, I just don't think he. Some people, I don't know. Well, he was popular, wasn't he? But I just don't. I couldn't see the appeal, but I don't think he was a very charismatic actor somehow. But she was a damn fine-looking woman. But anyway, yeah, that's Natalie Wood. That is definitely, absolutely, unequivocally a Roger for me. Beautiful looking woman, absolutely lovely. And not well. I don't know. I think she'd knock spots off a lot of the actresses that you see nowadays. A lot of the actresses look fairly bland to me, but Natalie Wood, just look at her. She's absolutely gorgeous anyway. So that's it. Oh, yeah, getting controversial in the chat. The chat there. Okay, so we've done that one anyway. Natalie Wood, classically beautiful, talented actress. a definite Roger from me. Now, have we done this one before? Who's this one? Who's this one? I think. Who is this? Absolutely. The consensus is right. Now, who is this? Anyone know who this is? Anyone know that one? Anyone? Only a little. Okay. Here's another picture of her. Ian Bowden Nat. Here's another picture of her. There you go. There's another picture of this lady here. Anyone know who that is? Roger. Ugh. Someone said, "Ugh, no, Natalie Wood." Natalie Imbruglia. Nomad Overseas got it. It's Natalie Imbruglia. Now she was in that. She was gorgeous when she was in that. You know that program called Neighbours? I mean, don't even go. A load of crap. But that program Neighbours used to be on the TV at a time of day when I always seemed to be available. And I used to be just on the TV. And yeah, load of rubbish. But the fact is, when she was in that program, she was a beautiful young girl. She was absolutely beautiful. Beautiful she is. But then she became quite well known. I think she was a bit of a one-hit wonder. Here's another picture of her there. She done a very, very good song called Torn, which was a huge hit right throughout the world. And but I think she was a bit of a one-hit wonder, really. Maybe she never really had the career that she should have done. But Natalie Imbruglia, beautiful girl. When you see her in years ago, she was she's really good. But anyway, yeah, that's definitely a Roger from me. Roger from me. There you go. I think that's a scene from that video there. Very, very catchy tune there. A lot of people like that song, and you still hear it now played in bars and wherever. Timothy Rogers, she is hot. Pinball, she's just released a new album. Really? Johnny D, she's always welcome around mine. David, number 23. No, don't be saying that. Australians are nice people. Don't be saying that. Don't be saying that. Okay, I'm going to move on from that. Natalie Imbruglia, I wouldn't mind watching that. Oh, my God. No, there's got to be a dodgy somewhere, hasn't there? I'm not telling you that this is a dodgy, but oh, my God almighty. This has got to be a dodgy. Got to be a dodgy. Oh, my God. Oh, my God almighty. Doom and gloom. Oh, my God almighty. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus, she looks really, really, no, it's not damn average. Just look at her there. She got a nasty look about her. God almighty, she got a nasty look around her. She's got that look in that photograph. She's like if she's saying to you, it was you, wasn't it? I know it was you. You're the one who burgled my house. She's got that kind of look at her, hasn't she? She's accusing you of something. Oh God, not a nice woman. No, not for definitely not for me. That is, of course, the she looks better than that one. She looks a lot nicer than that one. That is, of course, Nicholas, the First Lady of Scotland, Nicola Sturgeon. Now, some people may like her. She may be a good politician, but no, that's definitely a dodger for me. Yuck. Wee Jimmy Cranky, such a glower. Scott Schofield said he's Roger her. Tom said he'd hit her with a shovel. No, I wouldn't go that far. Dave Q, horrible. Old Prune, Jimmy Cranky. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So basically that was it. There's got to be a dodger in there, and that is a definite definite dodger for me. There you go. Oh my God. There you go. She just proves that you don't have to be, a woman doesn't have to weigh 20 stone in order to be repulsive. No, I didn't mean it. That's unkind. No, that's unkind. I take that back. Okay. There you go. Let's see. Now, what else have we got now? 30 stone. Okay. Timothy Rogers, she's a very nice great grandma. She might be, you never know. You never know. The public image may be totally different than what she is in private. She might be a very nice person in private. I would, very nice person. And I'm not Scottish, so I'm not going to interfere with Scottish politics. Good luck to you anyway. Okay. So let's see, what have we got now? I'm going to drink this little bit of beer. Like I say, no pork pies tonight, because when it's raining, I want something hot, so I'm going to bungle lasagna in the oven pretty soon. A little lasagna. I think it was about 65 pence, something like that. I had one the other night. It was bloody good. Okay, so it's time for a nice brandy. How's everybody keeping anyway? How's everyone keeping on this abysmal Wednesday night here? I'm not so sure where everyone's from tonight. Usually I get, parts of the world from, America or Australia or wherever. I don't know where everyone's from tonight. But anyway, I'm in the UK, and we're having a diabolical English summer. I feel sorry for holidaymakers who decided on a staycation in England this year, because it looks to me like it's going to be a washout. In July now, we've had a lot of rain. There hasn't been any proper heat waves or nothing like that. I just get the feeling that this summer's going to be a washout. So, whatever. Look forward to better times. Cheers. It's called Reverie Brandy. You get a nice 70cl bottle from Lidl's. It's about 13.5 quid. And it is bloody good. That is good. Oh, life ain't all bad. It's not all bad. Okay, so what have we got now? What have we got now? Is this the grand finale, this one? Is this the grand finale? Is this? Yeah, this is the grand finale. Okay, I'm going to end on this one. And I have saved the breast for last. No, she doesn't really have big breasts. He doesn't really have big breasts. Now, I'm going to be unashamedly, absolutely, unequivocally. Let's just have a little look at the chat first of all before I do this one. Let's see. Johnny D, thank you. Strangest thing, she's party, but yeah, okay, whatever. Let's see. Eddie, football's coming home. Let's positive, mate. That's good. That's good, positive spirit. Ian Bowden, this UK summer is as awful as Merkel's hairy armpits. Okay, that is a good comment. That. Thank you. Very, very good. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out with a bang now, John. I wouldn't mind banging. Oh, geez, I wouldn't in these circumstances. I'm going to be unashamedly retro. Unashamedly retro. Okay, now is there anyone from the deep into the past, a music star, a film star, who you've seen quite a lot of when you were young, but then you look years later at these and you go, oh my God, she was absolutely gorgeous, she was a stunner, oh my God, she's wonderful. I'd like you to tell me from deep into the past who this beauty is. Who is there? Who is that? There we go. How's the chat doing? How was the chat? How's the chat? Come on, we got the chat there. Have I lost the chat, have I? No, it's not Jack Nicholson. Yeah, Roger, Philip Janik, Roger 20 times. Come on, who is that? Jose, Roger. Jeff Ives has got it. It is the absolutely stunning, beautiful, and very, very talented. Oh my God, what women look like that in them days. Oh, I don't know. That's the way women should look. That's the way. What a gorgeous, gorgeous woman. What a lovely, lovely, lovely woman. Am I holding these pictures up right? This iPad thing, is that okay? Oh my God. What a lovely one. That is, of course, Nancy Sinatra, right? The beautiful Nancy Sinatra. These boots are made for walking, bang, bang. Many, many good songs. She'd done a lot of songs with this guy here. What was his name? What was his name again? Lee Hazelwood. I think he actually wrote a lot of the songs. He was a very, very talented singer. A lot of those songs were great. I can watch them on video now. And I love the songs. I love Nancy Sinatra, and she's so cool. She's so 60s chic and elegant and beautiful. And oh, fantastic. Absolutely. That must have been a wonderful era. What she's the embodiment of the word feminine. Just look at that. That is such a beautiful feminine. That is so far removed from some of the silicon tattooed monsters that you see nowadays. That is a real woman. That is. What a gorgeous, gorgeous woman. Absolutely gorgeous woman. Let me see. Who's saying that now? Philip Janner plus Franklin about your bollocks. Okay, I'm paying tribute to his daughter. Okay. Another lovely picture of this. I love her songs as well. She made some great songs, lovely songs. There's another picture of Nancy Sinatra. Oh my God, that is 1,000 Rogers for me. Okay. Now, now a few people here have mentioned her dad. Okay, have mentioned Nancy's dad. Okay. Well, of course, Nancy Sinatra was, of course, the daughter of that legendary singer, legendary actor and singer, uh, who was called Johnny Fontaine. And there he is. There is Johnny Fontaine with his daughter Nancy. There. Okay. Now, basically. Johnny Fontaine, you better not say anything about him or Nancy, or you may end up with a horse's head in your bed, okay? Now, that story, okay, now everyone, there is something about Johnny Fontaine. Everyone knows the story, Sonata, Johnny Fontaine, yeah, okay. Everyone knows the story about that scene from The Godfather, that legendary movie with that Moody Marlon giving the greatest performance ever in the history of movies. Okay, fantastic performance from Brando. And Johnny Fontaine comes in, and we all know who he's based on. We all know what the story's based on. The producer won't give him the part, because why won't this producer give Johnny Fontaine the part in the movie? I'll tell you why he won't give it to. It's because Johnny Fontaine made me look ridiculous, and a man in my situation can't afford to be made to look ridiculous. You know what I mean? So Johnny Fontaine does not get that part. So the next thing you know, that producer ends up with a horse's head in his bed. Okay. Now we all know that scene from The Godfather, and that was based, on Nancy Sinatra's dad. Okay. But do you know what movie that was all about? There's a bit of controversy about what particular movie that actually related. What movie, apparently the horse's head thing, I think that was fabricated. Something happened, but I don't think it was actually quite that. I think something else happened. But anyway, do you know what movie that was? Now, as far as I know, and the one that makes sense to me, it was from that marvelous movie, that 1950s movie. Has anyone got that? Which movie was that based on? Okay, anyone? Anyone? Someone says Blue Hawaii. I think it was actually based on From Here to Eternity. That's the one that makes sense to me, because what it is with Sinatra in the late in the 40s, he was a big star. He was a movie star on the town. Many other. He was a singing, dancing movie star. Fantastic, very, very talented. The fact is, when I come into the 50s, I think Sinatra, the one thing that he hadn't quite done is prove that he could act. And that is the one thing that he really needed to do, because the 1940s were gone. This was the 1950s now, and great acting, real hard-edged drama and acting. And this movie that was set up, had the director and all the cast and everything, this From Here to Eternity, based on a very famous novel. And this was the part that Sinatra really needed. He needed this non-singing, non-dancing part to prove that he could act. And he was desperate to get it. So this is the one that makes sense to me. I think it was From Here to Eternity. And lo and behold, he did get the part, and he did actually win an Oscar. And it proved that Sinatra was not a lightweight. He could actually act along with the best of them. And there's an irony here, isn't there? There is an irony here, because that scene in The Godfather where Brando is, to Johnny Fontaine, act like a man, whatever. One of the reasons that Sinatra had to prove that he could act in the 1950s and to have street cred once again was actually because of Brando. Because at that particular time, From Here to Eternity, that's when Brando became the big superstar on the waterfront, the wild ones, and great acting became very, very much in vogue. So it's actually probably because of Brando becoming the superstar in the early 50s that people like Sinatra go, oh, that's what I got to do. So there is an irony in that scene, really. So anyway, yeah, I believe it. Yeah, absolutely. So basically, yeah, I basically think that if that story was true about the horse, I don't think it was a horse's head. I think it was something else, probably equally nasty, that happened. But the movie that Sinatra was desperate to get the part, and I really, really do believe it had to be From Here to Eternity. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna, one final look at one final look at this beautiful Nancy, and this is their most. This is this is a saucy little picture. This is a shot from that most famous song that he's done. These boots are made for walking, and look at them. Oh my God, that is so sexy. Oh my God, lovely. Look at them. Oh, look at those lovely, not a tattoo in sight, real women dancing. Very, very, it's quite a naughty video that these boots are made for walking. I actually love that video, and I love Nancy. I love the song. I love quite a few of the other songs that he's made. Oh my God, so natural. So less is more. Less is more. I tell you what, why, oh, why do beautiful women in this day and age have to think that they're going to make themselves more beautiful by getting lots of ugly tattoos? Why the hell do they do that? Oh, that's bloody awful. I like it. I like the days when women look like women. So anyway, the verdict of the beautiful Nancy Sinatra, daughter of Johnny Fontaine, that is a 1,000 absolute, no question about it, no holds barred, full frontal Roger from me. Okay, so there we go. There we go. I'll drink to Nancy Sinatra. Love her. Okay, let's see. Absolutely. And Nomad, obviously, she definitely has a fine set of legs on her. Benny Hill girl. Somebody compared me to Benny Hill last week. Anyway, I think someone said, this is the Patrick Moore setup. They preferred the other one to look more like Benny Hill. I'd say that's a compliment. Let's see. Tattoos of women, no good. David 23, love all women with full sleeve tats and chest pieces. Okay. So listen, what I've just gone through the last 20 minutes or so, I've actually done that one before. Okay. But a lot of people watch these live streams, after I've uploaded them to YouTube. So, they will ask me what it is. So I thought I'd just run through that again. But what we'll do for the next live streams, we can talk about. So I'll tell you what, I've seen some of these videos with guys who are based in Thailand. They're talking about Thailand and about bar closures, and even them are getting very, very fed up with it. They're getting fed up with talking the same old stuff, the same old depressing stuff and all that. So I'm not the only one. I'm not going to talk. We all know the situation is not good right now. It can only get better. But for these live streams, we'll try and see what's going on, but also maybe add a few fun things. There's no all, but even if we get a bit silly, Roger and Dodger and overrated, underrated, all that crap, and there's a few other silly things. As long as it keeps us entertained Monday and Thursday nights. And like I say, the purpose of this, I personally, rather than doing this, I would rather be traveling and making videos throughout the world. I'd rather be doing that. That's what I'd rather be doing. But circumstances are not good. I'm hoping that things are going to improve in the next couple of months, so I can get on the road again. I can get flying again, to other countries and start doing stuff. But if on these live streams, if it get a bit silly and we start doing a few of the things, so what? It's as long as we can come together and stay connected. It's all about staying connected. Okay. Okay, a few more comments. Yes, Asian Paradise, you're right there. Most Thailand vlogs are down in the occasional vid. Stinkfinger, Nancy and Lee goes the stair and shot. K-Pax, take care, everyone. See you a lot around. Okay, I'm going to pour myself another. I'm going to bung that lasagna on soon. We could do a few food reviews. Maybe do a few supermarket reviews. As you know, I'm a fan of supermarkets. I'm a fan of a bargain. Get the brandy in there. Brandy's lovely. Once again, Reverie brandy, highly recommended. Good value. Get it from Lidl. It's about 13.5 quid for a 70cl bottle. Lovely stuff. What else have we got? Okay. The chat's still going okay. Listen, I'm going to finish now. I've been going on for about 1.5 hours. Now, my aim with these two live streams is to do it for about an hour at a time, but somehow it still keeps going on and on and on. As long as I don't want to do marathon live streams. I don't want to be doing 3-4 hours. That's not doing anybody any good. But like I say, ideally, I reckon we can do Mondays and Thursdays twice a week. I'd like to do 4 nights a week at this kind of stuff, but I think we don't. I'd get stale doing this. So I think 2 nights a week, Mondays and Thursdays, is pretty good. So on that note, I will say I'll see you on Thursday at 10 o'clock UK time. Okay. Thanks for watching. Keep thinking positive. Peace, love, and goodwill to everyone. Let's hope that better times are going to come along in the near future. And I'll see you soon. I'll see you Thursday night. Cheers. Oh, that is so damn good.